Back on Mediacom Channel 22, it's the Columbia College Coaches Show, talking soccer in this edition with head coach John Klein. Off to a 2-2 start for the Cougars. We talked a little bit about the match in Kansas City with NCAA schools, and now a couple home matches coming your way. Lindenwood is up next at our Marvin Owens Soccer Stadium, and there's a little history between Columbia College and Lindenwood over the years on the soccer field.
There sure is. I mean, Carl Hutter at Lindenwood, he's a good friend, and I love the competition that we've had over the years. I think if you go back, we've probably played 12 or 13 times, and I bet 10 or 11 of them were one-goal matches. So, you know, you can expect a great battle at our place. And, you know, Hannibal just in our conference just lost to them 2-1. Then Hannibal beat Illinois Tech 2-0, who we lost to. So this is a really important NAIA matchup, and it will be important for us to look for a good result in that match.
And these are the kind of matches, especially this Lindenwood match, where you go flash forward a month ahead now and you look back at, depending on what your record is, and you go, man, you know, we did that right against Lindenwood that night. That was perfect. That helped us a ton as far as getting points down the road for how you're seated down the stretch.
Exactly, and that's what we were able to do last year. When we look back at the end of the year, we had the Lindenwood game. We had the Bellevue game, which we've already lost this year. So, but the Fort Lewis game is big. Every game is really crucial, and there aren't too many breathers on our schedule. So, you know, we're just looking forward to, you know, have a winning record going into conference play.
And you got Friends University out of the Kansas location. What do you know about those guys?
You know, I don't know much about them. They're certainly not a low-level opponent. They're probably mid-level in their conference, and they'll come ready to play. You know, we'll take a trip up to see them next year, but it's been quite a few years since we've played any teams from Wichita, so I'll need to get a scouting report before that match.
And then Harris Stowe is your first conference match at home. Coming up here at our Marvin Owens. What's the scouting report on those guys this year?
You know, I just really like Scott Hartwig at Harris Stowe, and he's always got his teams prepared to play, and they play hard. It doesn't look at this point like they've had very many great results, but you can't overlook them. And I think following that match is the Williams Baptist game in Arkansas. You know, so all these teams, all these coaches work hard to prepare these teams. And, you know, we just need to get off to a good start in conference play.
And conference play is you sure it's important to have your scoring with the other games and out of conference, but, you know, if you take care of business in conference, you take care of yourself as far as your bidding for the national tournament.
You really do. It comes down to almost all conference play now. You know, if you win our conference, it's a well-respected conference, you're in a position to be looked at for an at-large berth to the national tournament. If you win our conference tournament, it's an automatic berth to the national tournament. So ultimately, it all comes down to conference play.
And teams have always been strong there. You look at within the conference with Hannibal LaGrange and Mobap and McKendree, and everybody always seems to bring their A game.
And then we added Park last year. So, you know, you look at Hannibal, Park, and McKendree and Columbia. That's 4 high-level NAI soccer programs.
And everybody is gunning for Columbia College. Has always been kind of one of the premier programs in that conference, and a lot of them have really brought it together in the last 4 or 5 years to even out this conference quite a bit.
They have. Hannibal probably made the greatest strides. You know, I remember when I first got here, there wasn't much competition coming out of Hannibal, and they've made some aggressive recruiting moves, and they're very Hispanic. A lot of Hispanic players, and so very technical, very skilled, and always can give you a good match.
And they're right there ready for it. That's the most important stuff on that schedule. Again, you can see the full list of schedule, the matches, and listen to the webcast as well, the home matches, and maybe a couple roadies too for the Cougars at our Marvin Owens Soccer Stadium. We'll come back and talk with more about the remainder of the season, a couple other nuggets for you from the soccer field from Columbia College. It's the Coaches Show with Coach John Klein on Mediacom Channel 22.